It's about quitting porn. And when you watch porn, you're cucking yourself. You're literally sitting there watching this girl you find attractive get smashed by another dude. That's disrespectful to yourself. It's easier to just go to a website and overload and overstimulate yourself really quickly than it is to actually go outside, overcome your fears, overcome your nervousness, talk to women, actually make a good connection, set up a date, go through the whole 9 yards. That takes more effort, but it's much more rewarding. I realized that all this gooning, all this porn, it made me view women as just sexual objects. I had a hard time talking to women because I didn't even view them as people. And always remember this, needy is creepy. In dating, in business, in videos, when you're super needy, that's creepy, that's off-putting. People don't like that, it's weird. All right, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video. I want to talk about semen retention. What is semen retention? Why you should practice semen retention. So ultimately, in my opinion, it's about quitting porn. I think semen retention, the main goal that most of us use it for is to quit porn addiction. We all know porn is bad for you. We all know porn is too overstimulating. We all know that when you're scrolling on TikTok, you're scrolling on Instagram, you're constantly seeing hot girl after hot girl. You're going on the hub and you're clicking on all these different videos. You're going on Reddit, seeing all these red GIFs. We know it's not good for our brain. We know it's causing a big spike of dopamine, which is going to lead to a crash. And that's going to put us on a cycle of feeling great and then feeling like shit. And then so we need another spike and a crash, and then it just goes back and forth. And ultimately that lowers our baseline of dopamine. As we keep watching porn, we keep overstimulating ourselves. We need a harder and harder hit just to kind of reach the same peak that we did before. Except it doesn't hit the same. That's why you need to use escalating genres. That's why the intensity of it, the frequency of it increases. That's why you start looking at freakier and freakier stuff that you wouldn't even be into in real life. The other thing too for me is that when you watch porn, you're cucking yourself. You're literally sitting there watching this girl you find attractive get smashed by another dude. Like, that's disrespectful to yourself. You need to stop disrespecting yourself. Stop watching other people have sex. Like, nobody actually wants to do that. Every time you watch porn, like, I could speak for myself and I'm probably speaking for you too, it's because we actually wanted to be having sex. We actually wanted to talk to that cute girl, but we were too afraid to, we were too nervous to. And so the next best thing we thought in our heads was to live vicariously through the screen. But when you do that, when you're constantly cucking yourself, you're training your brain to think that, oh, you're the passive observer. You're just the guy who sits there and watches while other people do the deed, and you just live vicariously through them. That lowers your confidence, that lowers your self-esteem. So when you practice retention and you stop cucking yourself, you increase your confidence, you increase your self-respect. You start learning to love yourself and say, no, I actually want to be the guy in the video. I actually want to be the guy doing the stuff. I actually want to be the guy having sex, hitting it from the back, I actually want to be the guy making it happen in real life, not sitting here watching other people achieve what I want to achieve. Why would you want that? The only reason is because, again, this whole dopamine cycle where it's easier to just go to a website and overload and overstimulate yourself really quickly than it is to actually go outside, overcome your fears, overcome your nervousness, talk to women, actually make a good connection, set up a date, go through the whole 9 yards. That takes more effort, but it's much more rewarding, right? But porn is easy. You just go to the hub, you spike your dopamine, you feel really good for a little bit, and then you get into the whole cycle of feeling worse and worse until you get addicted. Andrew Huberman, I believe he put it best. He said, addiction is a narrowing of the things that bring you pleasure. So when you're on this overstimulating spike and crash cycle and you're cucking yourself and you're disrespecting yourself and you're making yourself feel bad, you are training your brain that porn is one of the few things that will actually bring you pleasure and make you feel good. You're training your brain that you can't actually get it in real life. You have to just sit there and watch. And your brain is gonna be okay with that because our brains just want easy pleasure. Our brain just want easy dopamine. Why go out and put in all that effort to actually talk to the girl when you could just type in a video or look up your favorite girl on Instagram and be done in like 5 minutes. That's kind of how our brains think. And then we reinforce that through our actions by actually listening to our brains. We got to stop listening to our brains. We got to understand that we are not our minds. We are not our brains. We are the awareness behind them. Next, when you practice retention, when you stop cucking yourself. You stop disrespecting yourself. You stop doing this thing that 99% of guys can't seem to stop doing, which is watching porn. When you actually like say no, it's like you feel different. You feel godlike. You feel like a Super Saiyan. You have that aura, you know when they would go Super Saiyan and they'd have like the glow around them and they would have the lightning and they'd be all charged up, but they're like calm at the same time. They're focused. They're locked in. That's how it feels when you're practicing retention, even just after a few days. Yeah, the first few times you do it, you might not be used to it, but then once you start to get used to it, you just feel this aura, you feel this calm confidence. You're like, yo, I can say no to something that 99% of guys can't say no to. 99% of guys are addicted to this in one way, shape, or form. But I'm out here saying no. I'm out here saying, no, I'm better than that. I respect myself. I love myself. I'm not gonna cuck myself. And you have that Super Saiyan glow, you have that Super Saiyan aura. Or another way to put it is like when Naruto tamed the Nine Tails, right? The beast within him that would just take over and he would just start killing people and destroying shit. That's like what our lust is like, our sexual energy. You know, sexual energy is good, it's healthy, it's divine, it's creative energy. We use it to create life. But we can also use it as motivation and drive to do other things, to create a business, to create a physique in the gym, to create art. You know, we can do with this energy anything we want because it's so motivating. It empowers us as men to just like go and take action and do stuff. Have you ever noticed that when you're constantly releasing, you feel more docile, you feel more passive, you feel almost more like feminine in a sense? That's because we're literally lowering our testosterone by nutting all the time. When you practice semen retention, at least for the first week, your testosterone literally rises. You have more tests, you have more willpower, you have more drive, more motivation, more energy. Oh yeah, and your dopamine baseline starts rising again. So you actually feel joy from doing hard things. You actually feel more joy from going out and talking to real women as opposed to interacting with fake women on the screen, just watching them have sex with other dudes and cucking yourself. You see what I'm saying? So you want to tame that beast within. Naruto tamed the beast within. He learned to be friends with it. And then he became so much more powerful. He was able to channel that energy just like we want to learn to channel our sexual energy into greater things, into building a life that we actually want to live. Another reason to practice retention is you develop a much better relationship with women. I realized when I used to be in my gooning days and then I was trying to quit, I realized that all this gooning, all this porn, it made me view women as just sexual objects. I had a hard time talking to women because I didn't even view them as people. If you think about it, talking to women is so easy because they're just human beings. We're all human beings, but you're just viewing them as some sort of mechanism or vehicle to like just get a nut, you know, just like get a dopamine spike. Like you could just learn more about a completely different life experience by talking to someone else. But when we're constantly programming our minds with the porn, then we're not thinking that way. We're not thinking with anything except lust, right? The beast inside us is controlling us, right? We're not channeling that energy and flowing with it and at peace with it. We're being controlled by it. And so that's when women get creeped out, because that's when you start acting really thirsty, really desperate, really needy. You know, like some of these e-girls or whatever, and they have all the creepy dudes in the chat who are like, I don't know, they're just weird. Like, why would you even watch that? I don't know. But it's like, you know, those guys have this weird, creepy energy, this thirsty energy about them. And then you see the videos of them like doing the Twitch meetups and it's super cringe. It's because those guys are gooners. Those guys are porn addicts. Those guys don't practice retention. And so they have this needy energy about them. And always remember this, needy is creepy. In dating, in business, in videos, when you're super needy, that's creepy, that's off-putting. People don't like that, it's weird. And the other thing too is that you put them on a pedestal just because of their looks. You just become so obsessed with just looks and the physical aspect. And when you stop doing that, you start retaining, you become calmer, you stop putting their looks on a pedestal. So now you can have better conversations, you can have better interactions, because again, you're looking at these people as human beings now, not just a bag of flesh or whatever. So because now you can actually be at peace and be more calm with your own sexual energy, and you can actually now have better interactions with women, for me, that made me so much more confident, because I'm like, oh, I can really talk to beautiful women and like not even need to be thirsty about it. Like, yeah, I can, you know, get a date, I can get a number, I can get whatever, but it's like, I'm not going into an interaction needing to get that. I'm just talking to my fellow human beings. And that gives you so much confidence, because you feel genuinely non-needy. And because you're more confident, you're more attractive, right? Not in the sense of false bravado, false confidence, like you're being egotistical or narcissistic, but just real confidence, like you believe in yourself, you respect yourself. By practicing retention, you are respecting boundaries heavily with yourself. And so you know that like if you can defeat this, like no, you're not gonna get shaken off your square. Too many guys, like they just start doing whatever just to try to attract a woman. Like they're so thirsty, right? They're so needy because you're always watching the prawn. And then you feel like you need to do X, Y, and Z. You need to jump out the window. You need to be a goofy goober just to get a girl. And it's like, no, you can just be yourself, stand 10 toes down. Like you don't need to change for any woman. Just be yourself and focus on the women that like you, and that's it. And that genuine confidence, that genuine non-neediness is so much more attractive to women. Hopefully you could see this last point right here, but when you're retaining, you're learning to be calm with arousal, with that aroused energy, with that sexual energy. And when you're calm under arousal, you're gonna last longer. And when you're lasting longer, you're gonna have a better sex life. I heard the average guy can only last like 3 to 7 minutes. There's like a study on that I read somewhere. But it's like, dude, women aren't gonna like fully enjoy themselves in just 3 minutes, even just like 7 minutes. Maybe some can, but majority of them, it's like, you need to like take your time. You need to relax. You need to enjoy every aspect of the interaction, even just the conversation and the discussion beforehand, just being present. Like when you're retaining, you learn how to be present with your sexual energy. You're not in a rush to get a nut because you're not rushing to get that dopamine spike anymore. You're getting a steady, slow, healthy release of dopamine, just the conversation, the date, the kissing, the touching, the interacting, the foreplay, like everything is slowly builds up. You're not forcing anything, you're just flowing with it. And so that makes you so much better in bed. And then of course, you're calm, you're breathing, you're learning how to breathe deeply. I have videos on my channel about like breathing techniques, kind of bring your awareness to your body when you're retaining, when you have all this sexual energy. And like when you're doing that while having sex, now it's like, okay, now you're just calm. Sex becomes like a meditation on sensation, and you can last really as long as you want. Like I've had times where I last like 20-30 minutes per round, right? And it's like, that's not to flex or anything, that's just saying like you can do that when you're retaining because you learn to be at peace. Again, taming the beast inside. All right guys, this was just a quick overview. I don't want this video to go on too long. I could go on and on about like the benefits of retention, but I just wanted to keep things simple and give a basic overview. I apologize for my voice. I'm still recovering from having a cold the past few days. So hopefully I didn't sound too gravelly or whatever, but thank you all for watching. Hopefully you took away some good things from this. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about retention? How long has your streak been? I don't know how long my streak has been because I don't count days anymore, and that's another video for another time. Don't worry about counting days because it should be a lifestyle. But if you do count days, how long has your streak been? How's it been going for you? Have you experienced any of this? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you want to see next. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.